Hey you guys, Desmond here.
And LaCresha.
And welcome back to the channel. And today we are here to discuss RuPaul's Drag Race. Season 17. We are officially halfway through the competition. You know, US Drag Race takes half a year to air, but we do be entertained. We do be entertained. Before we get into it, just want to...
Go ahead.
Okay, before we get into it, just want to remind folks to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We have a goal of 1,000 subscribers and we'd love to reach that as soon as possible. So make our wish come true and hit that subscribe button. So what were you finna say, Krisha?
I was going to say, this one is a lot more entertaining than previous seasons because it doesn't seem like it's dragging as much as it's dragging. Because usually by this time, we have burnout.
Well, one thing I really want to applaud this, and even 16, people went home. People are going home. The issue with 14 and 15 somewhat, 15 didn't do it as bad. But 13 and 14 scarred us because they wouldn't send nobody home.
Facts.
Especially 14. There's no reason why 5 queens made the finale. There should have been no reason for that. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this season. Honestly, season 17 so far is getting ranked pretty high for me. Like, it is coming in swinging. I'm enjoying the cast. I'm enjoying the challenges, etc., etc. But yes, are you ready to get into this?
Yes.
Are
you ready for it?
Boom, boom, boom. So, we start off with the elimination of LaCresha, forgot. They come in, read her message. They go sit down on the couch. And they somewhat congratulate Sam on winning the challenge. Because Miss Arietti is not living for Sam. I don't know what it is this particular episode, but she was not living for Sam. I'm not sure if they're just getting sick of each other, because at this point, they've been around each other for a few weeks now.
Right.
And maybe personalities are starting to clash. But yeah, she is not feeling Miss Sam Star. No. So it's the next day in the workroom. The queens come in, and then RuPaul enters and announces that this week's Maxi Challenge, in the grand tradition of the iconic documentary Paris is Burning, the library was officially open. Because reading is what?
Fundamental.
Exactly. And I gotta give them props. This was a pretty good reading challenge. I caught myself chuckling. Quite honestly, there was only one person I felt like did a bad job, and it was Miss Arietti.
Yeah, because a lot of her jokes fell flat.
Oh, fell flat. But I took a screenshot of some of my favorites. Bryce came in with the reading glasses. But some of my favorites was Anya Nerve, Lexi Love. Oh, that the read to Corey. Did it hurt when Marsha threw you at stone? Oh, that tickled me. Jewel Sparkles, who I thought should have won. Susie 2 and Sam Star. Now, the other queens, they had funny jokes, but it was just one, and they went to the next one. So I'm like, was that the best one they had to offer? And the rest of them sucked. But yeah, these were the few that got multiple that I thought were pretty funny. So RuPaul announces that Susie Toot was the winner of the Maxi Challenge. Do you agree with that? She was funny.
Yeah.
But I would have gave it to Jules. I thought Jules was
a little bit quicker.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't expect it from Jules, and I think that's why I liked it more. But RuPaul then announces that this week's Maxi Challenge, they have to design looks inspired by the iconic Betsey Johnson.
Yes. So, this perfume I have sitting over my bed right now.
So they have three lines that they can choose from that are inspired from actual lines from Betsey Johnson. We have the punk grunge flappers, We have Betsey's room. I'm sorry, Betsey's prom and
Mm-hmm.
prenup. So if you were there, which one of these 3 categories would you have pushed for?
Probably would have did prom.
I think I would have done prenup. I think that would have been a really fun thing for me to do, is the prenup. If not that, maybe the grunge flapper. But with Susie being the winner, she got the pick first, and then she chose who got the pick after that. We had a little bit of because Lydia did not pick Corey, and Jules did not pick Arietti. Listen, I was with Miss Lexi when she got picked instead of Corey. She's like, I don't look like Corey. What's going on here? And it wasn't until somebody mentioned it to her, she was like, oh. Now, Jules, she said she did hers purposely, but Lydia say she forgot. She say. So, are you frozen? Oh,
No.
okay. I thought you were frozen for a second. I was going to say, uh-oh. So, the queens that got the prom was Lana Jarre, Corey King, and Anya Nerve. The queens that got prenup were Sam Starr, Lexi Love, and Arietti. And then the queens that got the punk grunge flappers was Susie Toot, Lydia Butthole Collins, and Jewel Sparkle.
Yes.
So they begin getting their garments together. They're also given a little book that shows the collection from each one of these categories, so that they can get looks that are, so they can, you make sure that they are inspired by the original looks. So Lexi was having a moment there at the beginning. That would be, honestly, how Lexi responded would probably be me
Now,
if I ever had
are
to
you
do.
frozen on your end?
Alright, we got that situated. So we were discussing Lexi Love. And honestly, the way she was acting would probably be me in any design challenge, because I'm going to sit there and be like, oh God, what am I do? What am I do? What am I do? What am I do? What am I do?
Or brain block.
I don't know. Help me. But you know, Sam Starr was there to help her through the process, which was really sweet. So RuPaul comes in to do the walkthroughs like normal, but this week we are joined by our extra special guest judge, Betsey Johnson herself. And he's like, who else can give you advice on how to create these garments other than the lady herself? So let's bring her in.
Yes.
So they come through, they do the walkthrough together. I really need to talk to Corey King. Corey, you should know what a do-rag is. What I have on is an untied do-rag, but it's a do-rag. I wear them every week. Thank you, Anya Nerve, for saying that. It's a headscarf. And this is what a do-rag looks like. Yes. And I'll say it was giving very Alicia Keys, Susie's look at first. But Alicia Keys wore headscarves. There is a difference. Corey, you were leading the charge on that. Now, it was a funny moment. It was. I was chuckling, but I'm like, that is not a do-rag. And then Anya had to show us exactly what a do-rag is.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Anya. So now, let's hit to the main stage. We have our hostess with the mostest, the mother of all mothers, is RuPaul. What did you think of Mama Ru and your score?
This is different for her.
It is.
It's very see-through. I see a lot of panty, which I'm not used to for Mama Ru.
She said, I could be sexy.
She said, let me update my style just a little bit. Other than that, she just looks like Black Barbie. Black Barbie with blonde hair. I like it. I give it an A+.
I agree with your A+. When she walked out, I was like, okay, don't hurt him, Ru. Don't hurt him, Ru. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, at least we're less annoyed by her choices this season.
Oh, there's some people online who are annoyed by her choices this season. Me, personally, I liked a good chunk of them. I know there was a few you weren't living for. But
right.
For the most part, I've been living. So this week, we are joined by Michelle Visage, who looks amazing. Just gotta throw that out there. It looks amazing. Carson Kressley. Carson Kressley.
It's like, who's Carson Kressley?
Carson Kressley. And our extra special guest judge, Betsey Johnson.
Yes, so, in polka dots.
The first category of the night is Punk Grunge Flappers. Up first, we have we have Jules Sparkles. What did you think of Jules and your score?
What? What? I'm so confused.
I'm sorry. Do you not see Keta Minaj? As soon as she walked out, I just saw Keta Minaj.
I did not see Keta Minaj.
I saw it immediately. But what did you think of Jules and your score?
I give this an A. Like, I really, really like it. I see she didn't fix the panel. I see she lowered her other panel.
She did a good job at hiding it, though. She did a really good job at hiding it.
Yes. You would think she did it on purpose instead of on accident, the whole fur thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very, very Betsey Johnson.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It was very Betsey. The only thing is, I don't really see Jules in it. You know, it's supposed to be a combination of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, as soon as she walked out, I saw Keta Minaj. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you. I saw Keta Minaj. I'm like, she done made it to U.S. Drag Race. Go ahead, girl. But yeah, I agree with your assessment. I would give this an A. I thought this was a really good look for Jules.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, we have Lydia Butthole Collins.
This was
it's a no for me, dog.
A hot mess made out of hot glue.
It is.
It's a no for me, dog.
Ooh, I love you, Lydia. I do. Next, we have Susie 2. What did you think of Susie? And did you give it a 2?
What the what? There's some element of this I don't like.
Just some? I'm sorry, that's me.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's not. It's more like a D for me.
Okay.
This was the one time I would have fully expected Susie to fully live up give us the Susie toot we know. This would have been the one time. And honestly, I think she would have got praised for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a well put together garment. Yeah, it's a D. Moving on to the next category, which is Betsey's prom. Up first, we have Corey Scott King, as they keep calling her. There is elements of this I like, but I have to agree with the judges. She keeps wearing the same thing. I know she knows her body, because the proportions are always right. Okay?
Right.
But yeah, it is unfinished.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the breastplate on the side. I got this screenshot this direction purposefully.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the breastplate. Acacia went home so we could stop trying to do the whole 80s thing. I know they all did 80s, and I bet Acacia was mad now that I think about it.
Oh, right. Well,
just a week later, and then there's an 80s prom category.
Right.
But overall, I would give this...
At least she wore different shoes.
Yeah. Here, anyway. If you noticed in the runway, she put them lemon pepper steppers back on.
During the lip sync.
I'm going to give this... I'll give this a D as well. I'll give this a D as well.
I agree with your D. This could have been constructed a lot better. I really wish I had seen what the dress originally looked like.
Listen, the way she drew it, if she would have been able to create that would have been cute.
Right. I don't think, because I remember the drawing from the walkthrough, and the drawing from the walkthrough was not this, and it definitely wasn't bodycon, which is what she goes for 98% of the time. I seriously believe it was a fitted top with a circle skirt, which I think would have worked in her favor had she been able to pull it off. But I think Rue just kind of unintentionally sabotaged her, because in Rue's eyes it looked like the same silhouette when it really wasn't.
Honestly, I don't think Rue sabotaged her. I just think it was kind of dose of reality. She's like, we've seen what you can do. You think you can make that? Because that's what I took from it. You think you can make that? And
I think it just discouraged. I
bet it did. I bet it did. Yeah.
Rue throwing down a challenge. Do you think you could make that? And Corey, instead of stepping up to the challenge and being like, okay, I need help trying to figure out how to make a circle skirt, it was, oh, Rue doesn't like this, let me back off and do something else. And then she was like, oh, I'm going to go for a longer silhouette. And then I'm like, well, I've seen you in a longer silhouette. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. And not a lot of longer silhouettes are Betsey Johnson unless it's like really loose and flowy. Because long-time Graveyard Girl subscriber here, so I know a lot of Betsey Johnson. That's how I got into Betsey Johnson to begin with, other than really, really liking the 1950s rockabilly style she used to have, which had you asked the question, would have been the route I went through.
Well, normally I don't ask for design challenges because you never know until you're in there making it.
Exactly, but that's kind of where I would have been like rockabilly style with the victory roll hair and things like that. And then fact, I would have just.
I learned who Betsey Johnson was through Drag Race. Never heard of that lady prior to watching Drag Race.
I've been subscribed to Graveyard Girl. She was probably one of the top 5 I think I subscribed to. Because, the first person was that man. Then the second one, just saying, the first one was that man. The second one,
I know immediately who you are when you say that man.
That man. The second one was Lily Singh, and then the next one was Graveyard Girl, because she did a lot of makeup stuff, and she does a lot of Betsey Johnson, and I probably would have done like a rockabilly style. Probably would have tried to at least pretend to fabricate some type of Betsey Johnson-esque type shoe. And like a lot of Betsey Johnson style is a mix of genres, so it would have been rockabilly, but it would have been rockabilly plus rock and roll plus something else that I would have tried to put together. And this is just missing a lot of that. Like, the only thing that kind of halfway sells Betsey Johnson to me in this, besides the big funky sided bow, is just the really bad mohawk she has on her head.
Oh God, I didn't want to talk about that hair, but yeah.
This gets like a D for me, just because it was really bad construction.
So moving on to Anya Nerve. What did you think of Anya?
This had the potential to be really cute. Like, it really did. I don't even mind the messy top bow. I do agree with the judges. Had she switched the middle bow and the bottom bow, I think it would have read a little bit better. And she was just like, oh, well, I don't know my proportions. I could see that. That was very obvious. I think there may have been a way to, like, fix that. Maybe either by adding more tulle or adding a split. And I think it just needed some studs. Because it was leather. It needed some studs. I give this a C minus because she really tried. It just wasn't executed properly.
Yeah, I agree with most of your assessment there. I was really shocked she was in the bottom for this.
I think this was just more nitpicky.
Yeah, and I'm like, there was one other queen, we'll get to it in a second, that I really thought could have been in the bottom over Anya. I thought this was fine. Is it the best? No.
No.
Is there things that could be changed around? No, but she's always stated, yes, she knows how to work a sewing machine, but she's not a seamstress.
Right.
So, honestly, at this point, we're 17 seasons in. You should really know at this point coming into Drag Race, and that's to all the girls, not just to Anya.
Right. That annoys me because I'm like, yo, at the very least, you should know how to thread a sewing machine.
Because if I ever decide to take up drag as a profession, and if I ever decide to one day step into that workroom, best believe I'm gonna know at least how to make a basic garment to where I could be safe.
Right.
And if I go home on a design challenge, that just means everybody else was A+.
Right.
But for me, I would give this a C. I like it, but there could be things that could be better.
There
up
are
next
yes.
is Lana Jaray. This gets a D for me. Again, there's no shape.
But then she doesn't have a shape.
No. But there is a way, there is something she could do to help that.
That rouging could have been tucked in a little bit.
But yeah, her makeup and hair is really pretty. But yeah, this gets a D for me.
I give this a C minus.
Up next, we have the category of prenup. I said up next we have the category of prenup. Up first we have Ariete. What did you think of Miss Ariete?
She was working that black man.
And it was so smart. So smart.
I think you know what would have elevated this just a little bit? Would have been if this had been a pantsuit. I think if it had been a romper with a belt, I'd have been like, yes, mama. But other than that, it gets an A minus.
This gets an A plus for me. This was the perfect balance of Betsey and Ariete. The silhouette is always correct. She was very smart by going dark while everybody else was going light.
Well, considering, you know, the fabrics everybody else was given.
Yeah. But even with this, she got white and black for prenup, and as you saw, Lexi and Sam went more the white or did a mixture. But it was really smart, and I remember her picking up the fabric. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna grab these right here. And I thought this was just perfection. Another great look from Ariete. Another great look. A plus. Up next is Sam Star.
She went totally 80s.
This gets a D for me. I really enjoy the skirt. I think the skirt is lovely. I really enjoy the wig. Makeup, always lovely. Yeah, so she gets a D. So what did you think?
You don't like the top?
I don't like the top, the gloves, the accessories. It didn't work for me. And honestly, it's not a bad look overall. It's just kind of like the whole Marie Antoinette thing. We've seen it so many times on the Drag Race stage. Across all franchises, because people got to remember, there are some people like us that watch majority of all the franchises that are on out there. So it's just kind of like, oh, fine. And plus, her bottom half doesn't match the bottom. I'm sorry, her top half doesn't match the bottom half. They're two
Oh.
different. They're two different skin tones.
Oh.
So yeah, Adi, what did you think of Sam? And is she your star?
I don't mind this too much. I mean, it's amazing that they had the same fabric in two different colors. There may have been like an issue with construction, mostly just because the stripes are going in two different directions. And there was a way to fix that. But I think if the skirt had been poofier and if she would have borrowed some of that bright pink from somebody else, I think would have elevated it instead of it just being black and white. Like, I understand the prompt was prenup.
And I think for this category, they could only use the fabric that was on their table. So if there was no pink there, I don't think she could have.
They should have allowed that. Just seemed a bit.
But what's your score for Miss Sam?
I give this a C. I don't mind it so much.
Yeah, Sam, I love you. You know I do. Big fan here. But this look just, you're pretty.
It did not do it for you.
Up next is Lexi Love. What did you think of Lexi? And did you love?
This gets a B for me.
Mm-hmm.
I like the silhouette's kind of basic. I think what sold it for everybody was just the veil and the big bow on top was kind of what elevated it. And it's so funny because this is like what the second or third time we've seen the little veil thing on somebody. I think I gave the grade already, right?
Oh yeah, you did.
Okay.
For me, this gets an A for me. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the silhouette, the bow, the veil, the pins inside of the bouquet, like, because she's here to sign the prenup, baby. She's like, I understand my role here. I understand I have to stay married to you at least 2 years. I know that. Doop.
5.
At least 5 years. Doop. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I love the hair with this look too. I love that little pop right there.
The pop of color.
So then they walk the runway like every fashion show should. Which honestly, I wish they would do this every week. Like, they've done it a few times. But like, I would love for this to be like a regular thing. At the end of the runway, everybody walks it just one more time.
Right. Like it was a real fashion show.
Betsey came out, and of course she's going to do her nasty split. So, we have all of these queens here. Who had your favorite look this week?
My favorite look, I'm going to have to say, was Jules.
Jules is really good. I'm going to have to go with Ariete. I really enjoyed Miss Ariete this week. So, our tops and bottoms are as followed. In the top, we have Jules Sparkle, Ariete, and Lexi Love. And in the bottom, we had Lydia Butthole Collins, Corey Scott King, and On Your Last Nerve. So, do you agree with this top and bottom placements?
I think Anya and Lana could have switched.
Yeah, I was thinking Lana could have been there, Sam could have been there, but I was a little confused that Anya was. I was like,
Susie could have been there, honestly.
Susie could have been there too. Let's be real. Susie could have been there too. I do agree with the bottom two, but like that third low spot could have been any of them. And in the top, I pretty much agree. I think these were the strongest three of the night. Now, this is where I do disagree. We find out that the winner is Jill Sparkle. She did great, so I'm not going to grab my pitchfork. I'm like, right. I can see why she won. I would have just chose Ariete. But yeah, Jules, you won $5,000 courtesy of Betsey Johnson. Congratulations, dear. And we find out, I wanted to get this screenshot because I saw this video. Excuse me.
What's it?
I saw this video on, I want to say, TikTok. And somebody said even in Anya's lowest moment, the first thing she did when she stood next to Jules was congratulate
I'm probably
her.
frozen to you.
Huh?
I said I'm probably frozen to you because you were frozen to me for a little bit.
Are you still frozen?
No.
Oh, okay. But what I was saying was, I saw this TikTok. This guy was like, he really appreciated that even in Anya's lowest moment in this competition so far, as soon as she got back to the lineup with the other girls, the first thing she did was congratulate Jules.
Right.
And
but see, Anya's been nothing but grace this whole season.
That part, and he said that just showed that she is a winner. And I'm like, you know what? I was already Team Anya to begin with, you know, because I had her in my top 3 unlike somebody else.
Shut up. I have so many freaking regrets. So many. I swear I had so many regrets.
But I was like, yeah, that really just showed like winner energy. Because she easily just could have walked back there and just stood there like they normally do. But she made a point to say, congrats. And he says he felt like the producers purposely put that in there just to show Anya's character. To show that she is a winner through it all. And I'm like, I hope Anya wins. I do. Just so these hoes can be mad. They'll be mad, honey. But our bottom 2 is Lydia Butthole Collins and Corey King. Our 2 lovebirds, which we knew this was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen so soon. I thought they were going to play it out a little bit longer. But they saw that they both did bad in the challenge, and they're like, you know what? This is our chance. Hit the music. So they lip synced to Kiss Me Deadly by Lita Ford. Never heard the song, but as soon as I saw the title of it, I'm like, oh, y'all think y'all funny. Y'all go put the 2 people in the relationship in the bottom and have them lip sync to a song, Kiss Me Deadly. Baby, y'all finna get this Emmy. Oh, y'all finna get this Emmy. The producers were in their big bag for this. They're like, oh, we finna eat with this. Hey, y'all.
They're like, we got the Emmy last year. We gonna make it work. We
gonna get that back. Baby, Kiss Me Deadly. The song was cute. It didn't get added to the playlist or anything, but it was cute.
Yeah.
But the lip sync, Miss Butthole. I was not expecting her to be a lip sync assassin. I really wasn't. But baby, she
was this time around, knowing what I was looking for, I was like, oh, she really is giving. How come I can't remember this queen's name anymore?
Willow Pill, because she's getting a lot of comparisons to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Willow Pill energy.
And one thing that I really enjoyed, she embodied the music. Corey was having a hard time connecting with the music. You could tell this isn't normally the type of music she does. And even me listening along, I'm like, oh, I think I would have some issues doing this song as well.
Same. Like,
I feel like this would be something that I would have to really be in my hotel room the night before. Because let's be real, I'll probably be in the bottom for a design challenge. be in my office. I'm not at work. Be in my hotel room the night before, just really practicing the song and be like, maybe I can do this here. You know, really try to be ready for the lip sync. But yeah, Corey got there kind of at the end. But Miss Lydia was just booting and scooting and just having a good time. Now I understand that we might allegedly see her again, later this year, allegedly. But yes, we finally got the moment that I feel like the whole world was waiting for. They kissed on the main stage. Honestly, I feel like in the perfect moment of the song.
Right.
As soon as the guitar hit, they were like, wham! And the judges lost their minds. The girls in the back lost their mind. Anya was like, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Like, it has been, it was crazy. It was
Right?
crazy. And I loved it so much. Oh, I loved it so much. So, RuPaul made her decision and decided to keep Lydia Butthole Collins. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I do too, which unfortunately means Miss Corey King must sashay away. And I agree with her exit interview. If they were smart, get her on the next All Stars. If not All Stars 11, do All Stars 12.
Right.
Like, this is a queen I can see coming back quickly. And honestly, I can see her coming back and winning. With a little bit more experience under her, and now knowing what Drag Race is, because you got to remember, you can watch it all day, but you don't know it until you go through it. So now knowing what Drag Race is, and having a better budget for the runway, because sometimes her runways could have saved her if she just had some good runways. Because she was never really bad in any of the challenges, except for designing. It was always that damn runway that would get her. I'm like, damn, Corey. But yet, Miss Corey Scott King is out of the competition. And next week, we find out that they will be doing a villains roast.
Yes.
And the villains who will be joining us are Mistress Isabel Brooks, Plain Jane, and Candy Muse.
Yes.
And T.S. Madison's going to be back next week. Woo, woo, woo!
Hey.
Giving us some Poison Ivy realness over there. Which I'm really shocked they don't have the hilarious, what's his name? The hilarious Ross Matthews.
So what's his name?
But it's official. You have your first person checked off your list. All you have left of your top 3 is Susie Toot and Lexi Love. Which, honestly, those two could possibly make it to the end. Honestly, I would be surprised if they weren't in the finale.
Facts.
And I just like that all 3 of mine have a good chance of being in the finale. Jules, Anya, and Lexi, But hey, it'd be nice to take the lead from the jump. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here, honey. Tell the children where they can find you.
You can find me at Christian McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me in the club, pocket full of bud mama. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye.